Leanne and I became interested in irises about 30 years ago when Wayne and Hazel Richley, who were longtime members of Immanuel Lutheran Church, talked us into joining the Missoula Iris Society. And we kind of been really involved with the Iris Society since that time, and I have grown a lot of irises. I've had upwards of 400. Wayne was a hybridizer in Missoula, and he was successful in getting one introduced, and the iris is still out at the Fort Garden, and the name of the iris is Richley West. So, which he felt he was really was. I've got some samples up here of irises. This is an old-time iris, probably hybridized back in the 1920s or 30s. It's what the Irish people call dog ear. If you look at the falls, they're fall down. And compared to what the modern iris looks like. The break came in 1955, and I don't know what was involved in the break or anything, but that's the year that they went from this type of iris to this type of, were able to get this type of iris. We got these two irises from a garden that's out on Nolan Road, and this iris is from my yard. This is called High Calypso, and I've won the best of show with that iris. It usually grows about that tall. I've had to cut it down to get it into these vases, and it's much bigger than that, but it's probably my favorite iris right now. I've grown as many as 400 different varieties in my yard, and but it was quite a chore to take care of them all. And when the deer started running through my yard, they didn't bother to eat the iris, they just tromped on it really bad. So we decided that it would be best to try to fence in our gardens. So at the present time, my iris garden is split into two. I have one in the backyard and one in the front yard. And I have about 125 to 130 different varieties of irises. Irises are classified into various types by the size of the plant and the flower. And the first one to bloom in the year that you can get, that people can get, are called Iris stanfordiae and Iris reticulata. And those are the iris that you normally see in little pots that are in the grocery stores. The Iris stanfordiae is a yellow iris, and Iris reticulata is a blue iris. They are a bulbous iris, and once they get done blooming, you can take and plant them in your garden, and they will bloom, continue to bloom. They'll come up next year, do their blooming, and increase their bulbs, and just keep going. And we have several clumps of them on our iris right now. The next iris that will, those will bloom early in April, usually. The next iris that can bloom are called miniature dwarf iris. They only grow about this tall. They grow very quickly. They only have 2 blooms per stalk. The terminal bloom and then one underneath it. One year I have, this is from a clump I have, and I've got it was about this big around, and I had 75 blooms on it at one time. I was just simply amazed. There's a very nice carpet of lavender color. So I'll pass these around and let you look at the size of them. They increase very quickly, so you need to keep on top of digging them. The next size up is called the standard dwarf bearded. And this is probably one of the most popular sizes of irises grown in the United States. They grow very quickly. They have nice dainty little blooms on them. There's usually 2 to 3 blooms per stalk. They're very inexpensive to get. A new introduction of this size will cost about $20 to $25. Same way with that one. Compared to a new introduction for a tall bearded, which is $65 per rhizome. And usually when you get one of these smaller irises, they'll give you that one plus free one. You'll see on this one that there are four blooms on it. There are 3 that bloomed and 1 in the middle that did not. It was froze during April when we had our night of 21.
It's a 1 point?
Pardon?
It's one. It's just one.
This is on one rhizome, so it gives 4. That's one of the reasons why the STB is so popular, is you'll get more than one bloom off of it.
You call it what instead of, I call it a bulb. What do you call it?
I call it a rhizome.
Rhizome.
R-H-I-Z-O-M-E. Those will bloom from mid-April through mid-May. This is the next size up that will bloom. It's called an intermediate bearded iris. And I'll back up a little bit. The STBs can only grow to 15 inches in height. If they get above that, then they need it. They'll have to step up to the next size, which is the miniature dwarf bearded, or excuse me, the intermediate bearded. And those will grow from 16 inches to 27 inches in size. Again, they have a small bloom. If you look at your chart, you'll see that they are the bloom is a little bit bigger than the STB, and they grow up to 15 inches, or up to 27 inches. Again, this has a lot of increase on one rhizome. They bloom from the first part of May through the same season as the tall bearded, which is usually the end of May, or sometimes even into June. The next one up is border bearded, and my high calypso is kind of mimicking the size of what the border bearded flower size is now. It's off of a first year plant, so that's why it's so small. But they will bloom at the same time as the intermediate bearded. But they cannot grow any higher than 27 inches. The tall bearded is the last of the bearded iris, which are these 2 on the end plus this one. And they'll bloom anytime from the mid part of May until the mid part of June. And we had a very difficult time this year because the spring was so warm that all of the tall beardeds bloomed 2 weeks early. And so we were able to scrounge up a couple of irises from a grower out on Mullen Road to show you what the tall bearded look like.